Horizon Walker is, oh my god, is that a skull? A human skull. Well, that's a disconcerting way to start the game off. Horizon Walker is, oh my god, what are they doing with this event? Sweet and tender with gingerbread men hanging on for dear life? I'm struggling to stay focused, evidently. Guys, truly, thank god November has passed. Come on, Stix, focus. Horizon Walker is a turn-based RPG, but I do not know a single person that really cares about the gameplay. They care about the surplus of things that you can do with the enormous cast of waifus. I'm not kidding, this game has a massive cast. Literally the largest selections of waifus in gacha gaming. Absolute mountains. Monoliths. Hey, my name is Stix and welcome back to the worst gacha ever, a video series where I discuss a gacha and tell you guys what I thought in explicit detail as we attempt to find the worst gacha ever. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that little bell notification. That way you remain up to date with every single thing that I post, and I post every Sunday. Do not miss out. Now pull out your Dorito bag, go grab a can of vanilla Coke, and let's get talking. You begin the game in a meeting. This is, actually, I don't even recall ever getting her name, not that I was paying attention, but she throws you into this battle with a giant mech thing. I had no idea what I was doing because I was a little distracted by her. So I just like ran around in a circle for a little bit, and then I tripped over and smacked my head into it. Admittedly, that was not the smoothest way to show off my skills, but I don't think she was looking, or if she was, I don't think she cared. I was introduced to the main cast of characters, and I was tasked with making one of them my woman. Our selection was pretty massive. Ultimately, I went with the elf because, well, given the options, well, just look at her. You're then introduced to the basics of the game. It is true the combat is turn-based, but it's very different to traditional turn-based combat like Honkai Star Rail. It is an amalgamation of real-time strategy and turn-based combat, requiring you put some forethought into your actions. There are two types of combat, auto and manual. Auto combat is the equivalent of a low bronze rank player in Overwatch or League. Manual play allows for some truly groundbreaking, innovative moves and strategies that shake the very foundation of the game's world. In other words, auto works for general content while manual is required for more difficult stuff. Combat is pretty simple. Select stage from the menu, choose a chapter, or in this instance an area, and then a mission or stage, as they call it here. You'll then see the conditions for victory listed before engaging the enemy types. You'll set a squad of 4 members, and then you'll deploy them into battle. Some missions have story, some don't. Regardless, once deployed, you begin the battle. You'll notice the little battle gauge towards the top of the screen denoting whose turn it is. When playing manually, you'll have a set radius that you can maneuver around. This allows you to strategically place your units around specific enemies, opening up direct opportunities or even flanking opportunities, capitalizing on overwhelming enemies. I genuinely enjoy playing with my unit like this, not playing with my unit, having direct control of and then being able to play with my units like this. It makes choices feel important. And when your units make horribly stupid decisions that ultimately result in their death, it makes it that much more rewarding. Every hero has their own unique abilities, AoEs, dots, heals. They also possess their own class identity. Let's navigate on over to the Vanguard section. Oop, nope, no, we can't show Galena. Let's take a look at my Neko girl, Mari. She's currently level 18 and is the only SSR hero that I possess, or EX rank hero, because while the gacha is relatively free-to-play friendly, well, I mean, my lack of any other max rarity units should speak for itself. So, Mariam has 3 classes at present: Shadowcat, Puss in Bloody Boots, and Queen Puss of Bloodbath. Stix, get your mind out of the gutter. Each class upgrade results in additional abilities, with higher tier classes being unlocked through gameplay. Take Kalina. To unlock her Swamp Tyrant class, you need to level her Assault ability to level 3. It's honestly a fascinating process, a type of progression that I don't normally see, and am more than happy to pursue. There's a lot more class identity than that though. Every class has their own traits, general and unique, like Mariam's dirty panties, dirty pair. Yes, you heard that correctly, the latter one, not the former. She does like to get real dirty, like just take a moment here and look at her face. Look at those eyes. You know she likes weird shit. Probably slather catnip all over your peanut. You upgrade Vanguard power through leveling them, ascending them, utilizing dupes that you get from the Gacha or through weapons. Every character has a specific weapon type that they can equip. In the case of Mari, it is twin swords. These can be leveled separately to the Vanguard themselves, with the skill attached to the weapon also being levelable. A lot of the Vanguards possess outfits. It's how this game makes money. I want to show you guys just how cultured this game is, truly, but I can't. You'll just have to take my word for it when I tell you what you're seeing on screen right now is as PG-13 as the outfits get. Their degeneracy truly, absolutely knows no bounds. And I'm actually also kind of surprised that this isn't an 18+ game. Speaking of degenerate features, there's the Palrang, which is kind of like Instagram. All the waifus use it to post intriguing pictures in questionable positions under questionable circumstances. Trust me, if Bella can't bring you back to life, nothing can. Even if I'm bleeding out, little Stix is gonna greet her like a fat kid in a chocolate factory. As for Yeon, she's just finishing up her extracurricular work. Oh, since we're talking about Yeon, did you know you can actually interact with the characters on your home screen? Check this out. She says very different things depending on which angle you go about approaching her. And holy crap, that is just, she is just, dude, someone killed me and I went to heaven, didn't I? The bulk of the game takes place within these stages we mentioned earlier. There are 11 chapters as of December 2024, with each chapter possessing a number of different missions. Both normal and hard modes are available, not that hard mode is necessary. We all get hard enough without the added difficulty. There are numerous game modes outside of the chapters in question though. The Mission List, Wish, Bounty, Rift, and Adventure. Admittedly, I did not unlock either of the latter modes, even though I played through the game quite a bit, which leaves me questioning when it even unlocks. I streamed this several times over on Twitch, each time spanning several hours, and then continued playing a little off stream. Yet evidently, that was not nearly enough time invested. Outside of the regularly scheduled events, that's literally the gameplay loop. So, if that didn't look appealing to you, there isn't a whole lot more to the game than that. Unless the two modes that I've yet to unlock really opens up something extraordinarily exceptional that drastically and radically changes the entire landscape of the game, which I doubt. This is a gacha game after all. At least, that's if your only goal in game is to pursue the story or battle. You can also call up your waifus at any time of the day and just chat. You can choose the topic, you can give them gifts, change where you're meeting up as your relationship continues to progress and evolve. Well, let's just say you can take things a little bit further. And by little, I mean a lot. In the less safe version of the game, because from what I believe there are two versions of this game available, there are fully simulated one-on-one engagements, which I think is probably the main reason people are excited to play this. Now, let's talk the gacha, because that is where this game truly shines. The gacha in Horizon Walker is different to what you'd expect. Summoning works like this. You possess several different currencies. Tickets, like you'll find in your traditional gacha, butterflies, and gold. Typically, you're going to want to use gold to pull, as it is a currency that is earnable in-game. You'll earn gold through idle income, dailies, weeklies, daily gold runs, login bonuses, the event store, battle pass, free shop, maintenance compensation. You can make millions of gold per week, providing you the option to pull dozens of times. Rates aren't horrible. You get an SS rank Vanguard or weapon every 20 pulls, with an EX rank Vanguard or weapon at 50 pulls. When pulling on limited banners, you're guaranteed the limited banner character upon hitting pity, which is 50 pulls. That is enough to obtain multiple max rarity limited characters, depending on how much you play per month. That is actually pretty damn cool. Yet, even in spite of how friendly the gacha is for free players, the game lacks enough to really keep you captivated, at least for me. The story was a convoluted mess that was poorly translated, characters looked awkward in cutscenes, difficulty scaling felt sporadic. Now let's break down my rating. Content, 5 out of 10. Unfortunately, no matter how much I played, I just could not unlock everything. But from what I did, there really wasn't nearly enough to warrant playing long periods at a time. Difficulty, 7 out of 10. The difficulty spike is pretty insane, and staying ahead of that curve is difficult due to the slow rate of leveling. Free-to-play friendliness, 10 out of 10. Genuinely, one of the most free-to-play friendly systems I've seen in a gacha game this year. I wish more gacha games did this. I could not praise this system more than I already have. Gameplay, 3 out of 10. It was honestly not terrible, but animations were kind of bland, basic, and uninspired. Graphics, 5 out of 10. Some of the character models looked incredible, but everything else was honestly pretty average. Sound, 4 out of 10. Honestly, it was about average. Nothing great, nothing bad. Story, 3 out of 10. The story isn't bad, it's just a convoluted mess with poor localization that made it more difficult than it should have been to understand. Voice acting, 5 out of 10. It was pretty decent. I was surprised. World, 3 out of 10. The world was unfortunately incredibly boring, very flat, very uninspired. It was disappointing to look at while playing. Fun, 6 out of 10. I genuinely had quite a bit of fun playing the game until I hit that difficulty spike, then it became a slogfest to progress through. Overall, I would give this 51 dirty Neko girls out of 100 mommy milkers, or 5.1 out of 10. A game with insanely degenerate waifus and content, but average everything else. Also, incredibly free-to-play friendly. Hey you, where do you think you're going? Don't you close out of this tab. I didn't give you permission to do that. Sit your ass back down. Click one of the 2 videos that are gonna be on screen in just a moment and keep watching my content. Keep enjoying my content.